my reactions to Season 8, Episode 6 of Welcome to Plathville. I have my popcorn, my Diet Coke. I'm ready. Let's get into it. Okay, so they're getting ready for Thanksgiving. It is their first one back on the farm since Kim and Ken moved in. Ken is smoking a turkey. Not gonna lie, it looks good. Lydia and Zach are there, the little girls are there, and Ethan is back. And I wonder if he's back just because it's a holiday, or is he back because Tegan said, I'm not into this. He just said it's his last couple of weeks before he goes back to Wisconsin, but that Tegan said the door is closed. Not locked, mind you, but closed. They're all sitting down to the dinner table having Thanksgiving dinner. Looks like a lovely meal. I have no idea what this green drink is that they're all pouring for themselves. Lydia and Zach are talking about how maybe next year they'll have a baby at the Thanksgiving table, and Kim has the audacity to say that her and Ken are not out of the race yet. Bitch, be so fucking for real. Nobody needs to think about that. And also, like, let your daughter have her dream. It's her turn. You've popped out how many kids now? Let it go. So Isaac just said, if you use a lawnmower, doesn't it wear out? Talking about Kim having so many children, and not usually an Isaac fan, but that was good. Barry just rolled up for Thanksgiving, which I think is great. If they can co-parent together, fantastic. Everyone's making a toast and cheersing with their weird little green drinks, and Ethan still has his thermal coffee mug, which I am sure does not have coffee in it. Apparently Ethan's looking around at the table at all of the couples, and he's like, well, what's wrong with me? Where do you want to start, my guy? Ethan's being all mopey on the back patio, so Zach, Lydia, and Barry are out there questioning him about his intentions for moving to Wisconsin for Tegan and trying to get some information. And my God, Ethan could not look more uncomfortable if he tried. He's not even making eye contact. What is happening here? Barry just said that he's in observer mode because if Ethan is not feeling good and Zach is asking questions, Barry needs to be ready in case an attack breaks out. Did I hear that right? Something along those lines? Like, what does Barry think is going to happen? Barry, Amber, and Mercy are going Bigfoot hunting with this backwoods mountain man tour guide. He said he's a Bigfoot researcher. I love this man. Let's protect him at all costs. Kim and Ken are in the kitchen while Cassia's making cookies, talking about having another baby and trying for a boy and all that bullshit. And Cassia's face is killing me. He has big footprints. And now they've got a singing bowl out in the middle of the woods in the rain trying to call for Bigfoot. The tour guide just said if you ever get a feeling like someone is watching you when you're in the woods, it's probably Bigfoot watching you. And immediately all I could think of was that it is Ethan. Ethan and Isaac are meeting for lunch. Of course, Ethan is 40 minutes late because why not? He's talking about to be divorced from my ex. Like, we can't say Olivia's name. Is she Voldemort? Apparently, Tegan is still going to go to Montana with Ethan, Isaac, and Kaylin to visit Mariah, and they're just going as friends. Why? If I didn't want to get back together with my ex, I would not be going on a trip with him and his family to visit another member of their family, because that's just strange. What are you doing? I feel like Isaac is really trying to manage Ethan's expectations, asking him what he's going to do to make sure that things have a better outcome if he and Tegan can get back together. And as per usual, Ethan's like, I don't know, I'm just going to try my best. Zach is helping Ethan work on his big, giant, creepy boat of a car, and why is this conversation still so awkward? He's known him for a year now, and we still can't have a normal conversation. Zach just asked Ethan about a rumor that he had heard that Ethan was giving Tegan a lot of money for whatever, and Tegan was not reciprocating. Like the family's gonna have issues with Zach talking to Ethan about this rumor that he has heard about Ethan giving Tegan money. But I feel like it's different, because when Zach and Lydia had a problem with the family talking behind Zach and Lydia's back and confronted them, that was all behind their back. Zach here is going, hey, somebody told me this, I'm asking you directly about it. And I think that's very different, but I don't think the Plaths are gonna see it differently. Ethan just said that the whole family has expressed concerns individually to him about him moving across the country for Tegan. Tegan and Ethan just got to the lodge in Montana. Says very clearly ex-girlfriend under Tegan's name when she's talking. And Tegan is just very clearly icked out by the whole situation, and somehow Ethan has not caught on to that. But I think it's funny that she's saying that he put Ethan first in the relationship, and Ethan also put Ethan first. And I mean, yeah, no one's surprised by that, right? Ethan's trying to say that it's perfectly fine with him and not an issue if he and Tegan have separate rooms, and it is clearly not perfectly fine with him. The producer just asked Ethan and Tegan if they're friends, and Tegan says, yeah, I think we're friends, and Ethan is just staring at her like a little lost puppy. You can see all the joy just draining from his face as he's realizing that this is where she stands. I mean, I feel bad for him if he just wasn't so fucking creepy about the whole thing. This is so weird and confrontational between Ethan and Tegan. He's saying traveling with her was emotional, and Tegan is just arms crossed. Why were you emotional? Like, taking steps back for him. Like, she is not comfortable in this situation. And girl, why are you even there? Well, that was the end of the episode. Next week looks like it's going to be really interesting, because it's going to be a whole lot of Ethan and Tegan and Isaac and Kaylin visiting Mariah out in Montana. And I don't know, still loving this season. Tell me what you guys think in the comments.